Welcome back, love tubers. Yes, we have been through so much together for the particulars of the Orisha Tarot regarding Andrew McGregor Obatalimi. All right. So far we have covered the trumps, the court cards, the swords, the cups, the wands. We are now going to cover disc, or what is referred to as pentacles. For those who have been following the journey, thank you. And congratulations on being on your last segment. I do have clip notes available, journals available. I did write a book recently, The 7 African Powers, Sacred Practices for Beginning Practitioners. Please check it out. It's at Amazon.com, or get whatever tools you need there for your studying. But we are going to get started on these discs. Kudos to you. Let's start with the Ace of Disc. Beautiful card. But I'm going to move this because it said a few minutes ago that I was overheating. I ain't got time. All right. So the Ace of Disc, this card represents a seed which can grow into whatever we need if we nurture it. It is the beginning and a promise of the harvest to come later. The Orisha's tradition rely on the power of the plant's kingdom to achieve many other things that are done ritually. Herbs are used to clean and heal. They are integral to all initiations. Without these plants, nothing would happen. Osin, O-S-I-N, is the Orisha who knows all the plants and what they can be used for. He is an unusual looking person with one large ear that is deaf and one small one in which he hears. His body is quite twisted after a battle in which Shingo tried to steal his magic. Osin is said to speak in a voice like that of the birds. In ceremony, part of our song is an imitation of his bird song. Symbolism. Osin working in the forest collecting herbs to work with. A wide variety of herbs symbolizing that everything has its use. Divining. Oh, and the bird just jumped on the porch. Hello. When this card arrives, it announces the start of something that will change the person's life for the best. Like a seed, however, it is delicate at first and must be tended to in the right way. As this person finds their happiness in life, they will find, like Osin, that others come out of jealousy and cause them trouble. In order to prevent this, they should cleanse themselves often and divine whenever things hit an unexpected bump. A new job, career, or opportunity. A person who isn't noticed much now, but has been envied in time, but will be envied in time. Chance to show your mastery over many things, good luck in the woods, and challenges in the city. Solutions. Be studious, listen to the birds. Go to nature for guidance, cleanse yourself with herbs. I love taking herbal baths with oils and flowers, plants and things of that nature. Oh yeah, yes, do that. Light your candle, listen to some bird sounds or whatever relaxes you while you in the tub soaking. Yes, definitely a must. And I wish I had more herbal skills. I've got a book in there I've got to read, but I got to get through some other things first with classes. So yeah. Two of disc. Things are in constant motion with this card. Life and other people brings ups and downs that must be navigated carefully. It is a card of growth and expansion that yo-yos with the seasons, but overall is positive. Miwa, M-E-W-A, was the ruler of a town. They were mysterious and kept many dangerous forces under control with their magic. Because of this, people in the town did not like or trust them. One day, a new person named Ijobi, E-G-I-O-G-B-E, came to town. He was charming, fun, and quickly won people over. Soon everyone suggested Ijobi become the new ruler and created a plot to help him cheat in a contest of strength. Miwa accepted the challenge, not knowing what was in store for them. The contest involved cutting down a tree with a machete. Unfortunately, Miwa was given a dull blade to ensure they would lose. And of course, in time, Ijobi cut down his tree and won. Realizing what had happened, Miwa agreed to leave, but not before letting go of all the wicked forces that were previously contained. Death, sickness, loss, gossip, and war all came into the world that day. This was not enough for Miwa, who in one final act of revenge unleashed money into the world so that people would always fight over what things are worth. Symbolism. The trees and machetes represent the deceit. Cauldrons representing problems into the world as symbols for the cost of ingratitude. Divining. Things are precautious for the person getting this reading. Circumstances and other people precautious makes things hard for them. If you want to succeed, they must focus on how to create more stability. They may involve more changes than they are excited to undertake. A young person seeks what you have. Liars and cheaters in your business or community. Profound and lasting power that others do not understand. Why are you helping the ungrateful? Solutions. Protect your secrets. Do not trust others, not to cheat. Move to a new home. Get a new job. I gave the reading to one of my friends, and this was one of the last cards, and it reminded her of her father who had passed. And she said because he's the one who always kept the peace in the family, and when he was gone, they could see how much he had invested in the family as far as being the peacemaker. She was in tears. But let's keep it moving. 3 of disc. With the 3 of disc, we must speak of success being in the person's own hands. Getting what you want with this card comes from putting all the pieces together and making them work in a coherent way. If the person does this, nothing is beyond their reach. If they do not, their sheep will never leave the dark. In this card, we see the 3 main ways in which people overcome the problems they find in life through the Orisha traditions. Iwu, E-W-O. Taboo or what not to do. Ibo, the making of offerings and ceremonies in Iwapili. Ibo is E-B-O, and Iwapeli, I-W-A, space P-E-L-E. The cultivation of good character. Practicing these solutions requires a lot of humility. At the bottom, we see a person saluting an elder. This customary gesture is very foreign to what people may be comfortable with. Both must be humble in different ways. The younger must listen to the elder and respect the Orisha, putting aside their ego in order to learn and grow. The elder must honor the trust given and not allow power to interfere with helping those they are responsible for. Symbolism. At the top are a few possible taboos: street corners, hard liquor, and wearing stripes. In the middle are offerings of food, culture, candles, birds, and flowers. At the bottom, the younger person saluting the elder. Excuse me. Divining. If this card shows up in this reading, it is important to look at what should be done, what shouldn't be done, and what behavior should be modified to find the right results. All 3 should be talked about. Be mindful that many Westerners, despite being told to not do something, with this card, their resistance highlights just how important the limits is for them. This person indulges in things or behaviors that undermine their goals. This person thinks highly of themselves beyond their status. This person takes no actions but talks a lot. They already know the answers because they have been told before but did not listen. Solutions. Make constant offerings. Honor the elderly. Honor your commitments. Have faith. I'm going to this card one more time. Four of disc. Balance could be a key word for this card. In its best form, everything is in its place. All of the parts of your life are working together to make life wonderful. However, if one piece slides out of control, then nothing works and life is harsh. Obi, the coconut, was blessed by Olafin. They sparkled pure white, were beautiful, kind, and wise. Wherever they went, people sought them out, hoping for wisdom or blessings from them. In time, however, Obi grew arrogant from all the praise they had received. They started thinking they were above people and turned away beggars and those in need. Excuse me. Obi threw a party inviting all of the Orisha to make sure it was the event they felt they deserved. They instructed their guards to turn away any beggars who showed up, having heard of their arrogance. Olafin decided to come dressed as a beggar. When they knocked on the door, guards tried to turn them away. Olafin caused a disturbance that got Obi's attention, who told the apparent beggar to get their filthy self out of them. Olafin revealed themselves, and realizing their error, Obi threw themselves at Olafin's feet in shame. Olafin said, "I can never remove the gifts of wisdom I have given you, but from this day forward, I am removing your beauty to keep you humble. You will speak only when you are on the floor." To this day, Obi is used by casting coconut pieces on the floor for divination. Symbolism. A white coconut shining in the top of a tree for how high Obi climbed. A coconut open on the ground for his remorse. A worm from the proverb, "Only the coconut and the worm know if the fruit is rotten." Divining. This person has everything in front of them. Their good nature has gotten them much. Their future depends as much on their character now going forward as their works. A time of growth and possibilities. A person with a lot of wisdom and skill. People clamor for your attention. Spirit is going to test you. Solutions. Give to beggars. Be humble. Pray to the Creator. Honor your gifts. Five a disc. Woo! Status and belonging are the challenges with his card. The person getting a reading is an outsider in a situation they desire to be included, yet they can never really fit in. This brings prayer and depression to them. Babaluaye, Babaluaye, was a great ruler, loved by the people who thrived under his guidance. One day he became sick with sores on his body. Many tried to help, but no one could heal him, and people started to fear catching his mysterious illness. In time, the people forgot all the good he had done and drove him from town. Babaluaye wandered the countryside trying to survive. Yet everywhere he went, people were disgusted by his appearance and beat him and threw garbage at him. One day, Shango was riding by and recognized his friend begging in the street. He pushed back the crowd that was tormenting him and carried him back to his home, where he cleaned him up. Once Babaluaye recovered, Shango helped him regain his throne. Symbolism. Babaluaye wearing burlap and begging. Shango on his white horse for aid of a true friend. Shango's acts as a sign that justice will win in the end. Divining. Social contracts are precarious and difficult things to navigate. Once circumstances push us out of the places we used to belong, it is hard to regain that status. Often the things that make people targets are beyond their control, but people are rarely understanding of this. Instead, blaming the victim for what is beyond their control instead of looking at them. Accept the help that is being offered. Do not stay where you are not wanted. A chance to regain what you have lost in a new fashion. Solutions. Pray to Shango. Stop trying the same thing over and over. Give to beggars. Be compassionate to the fate of those around you. Six of disc. One of my favorites. Material success comes in many forms. It might be money, health, or employment. While we are here on this earth in this body, we need all of the things that move in order to thrive. We need all of those things to move in order to thrive. In the Six of Discs, we find that the fruit of our labor and all we need within reach. And Ayolasha prays in front of her Orisha. While ideas of growth and evolution are definitely a part of these traditions, the prayer highlights the deeply practical aspects of life that are prayed for. Traditional prayers often end with a litany of what we do and do not hope for in life. Let me not see death, let me not see sickness, let me not see loss, let me not see tragedy, and let me not see worldly troubles. Take these away and let me see money. Let me see children and a long life with a clear road. We could say let me thrive in this world if we wanted to just sum it up. Symbolism. Oshun in yellow, owner of the sweetness of life. Yimiya in blue and white, who brings stability. Obatala in white, who brings peace and wisdom. Shango in brown, who brings fertility. Ilegwa in the clay dish, who guides us on the road. Ogun and Osashi in black, who help us hunt and fight. Yimiya, Oshun, Shango. You can hardly see on the floor. Oh, Obatala. You can hardly see it. Ogun and Osashi. And then right here in black, Ilegwa. Okay. And with it being, I don't know. Okay. Here we find the rewards of life. This is a card of prosperity and a clear way forward in life. Often it shows up to mark a level of success or achievement. The person who this card comes for has all the elements they need to accomplish anything they set their mind to, so long as they continue to work. Prosperity, promotions, a success at work, a reward for your previous efforts. A time of great blessings, put your knowledge to work for you. Solutions, work what you have. Use your tongue to get what you want. Work for yourself. Amen. 7 of Discs. In this card, things fail not because we did not try, but for reasons that will likely never be clear. What we have set out to do does not end up having the outcome we wanted. Worse still, our internal conflict with what does not happen can also be a source of suffering, and that's on top of not getting what we wanted. It is our neighbor who benefits from our pumpkin patch. It is a proverb that speaks perfectly to the 7 of Discs. We have planted our garden and tended it well, yet the sprawling nature of what we are growing grows through the fence, and most of the fruit of our labor is beyond our reach. When we see this card, we need to immediately switch our attitude from the appearance of loss to the question of what's next. Do we have a relationship with this person where we can go ask to harvest what is on their side? Do we cut the vines and kill the growth on their side? Maybe we could sneak in at night and collect what we feel is ours under cover at night. How we handle this situation could determine how the future of the relationship with our neighbor goes. Please let me be your neighbor. You're supposed to be friends with your neighbors, y'all. Yes, indeed. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? I always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. For when things like this happen and I need to come knock on the door and get you, oh. Get to know your neighbors. The calabash vine growing through the fence, a windmill symbolizing Don Quixote's famed fighting, an abundant earth as promise of future harvest. Let's make the most of this beautiful day. Now we're together, we might as well say, won't you please, won't you be? Divining. Something has failed or been lost here. There is no getting it back. And how this person deals with it is crucial to their future. Happiness. Often we find people who still pine for an old love or have been holding a grudge for decades when this card shows up, giving up looking for the answer to the question, why? And instead focus on what's next to ensure no more time is wasted. Failure. An old loss is ruining the present and future, fighting the wrong fight, problems with neighbors and colleagues. Solutions. Plant a new crop. Start fresh. Talk to Yemiya about letting go of the past. 8 of disc. In the 8 of disc, we find the need for work to be done in the right manner. It is a card where hard work and prudence bring great rewards, and laziness or attention cause long-term problems. After the creation of... That is in everything. Great rewards. Prudence, great rewards. Laziness, inattention, long-term problems. Yeah. After the creation of Earth, Obatala was sent to create people to populate it. He tried working with sand, but the vessels didn't stay together. Bodies made of sticks also failed to work properly. With further experimentation, he settled on making people out of the clay along the river banks. Welcome to the Potter's house. In time, Obatala got bored with this repetitive work and turned to one of his downfalls for entertainment: palm wine. The more he drank, the less attention he paid to his work. When he sobered up, he discovered that some bodies were missing parts. When the creator found out what happened, he made Obatala responsible for everyone with gestational issues or who lost part of their body going forward. In part, Obatala's creation of people is why we say that he is responsible for all the people in the world, whether they practice this religion or not. When we pray and make offers for people who do not work with the Orisha, it is most often by appealing to Obatala. Symbolism: a person being sculpted out of clay. A jug of palm wine at the riverbank. A line of bodies waiting for the Creator to breathe life into them. The river as a source of life. Take me to the river. Divining. The card speaks of large goals for the person in front of you. They are certainly capable of many things, but they are also their own worst enemy. If they will reveal their vice to you, help them make a plan to not let it get in their way. If they are quiet about it, be sure to speak of self-sabotage. Something new is being born. Hard work is the only way forward. Someone you are relying on is not paying attention. Solutions: do not drink. Say it again now. Be thorough. Do not be ableist. Do not drink. Be thorough. Do not be ableist. Do not drink. Be thorough. Do not be ableist. Nine of disc. They're just playing around on the porch. It's all. When we see this card, this is a time great growth in the person's life. Everything they have been working on and hoping for is flourishing. Things will continue to increase forward and life becomes easier. Orisha Oka is often said to be a farmer. At a deeper level, he is the Orisha who knows the mysteries of making things multiply. Originally, his domain was farming and working the earth, so in time, his cult became less popular as people moved away from working the land. At some point, people found that this Orisha also helped with growth around prosperity and work. So he has come to also be associated with financial stability and prosperity. As we grow into our work or relationships, we move through various phases like the season. One set of skills fall away as others are needed. Another set of skills get repurposed to a new focus as new changes represent themselves. When we see this card, it is obvious that there is growth, but it is also important to understand the changes that come with that growth. Symbolism: Orisha Oku working in the field with joy, a cart with which to take the harvest to market, a field full of produce sprouting to life. Divining: this person is facing an abundance that blesses and challenges them at the same time. They are exceeding what they've done and need to learn new ways to handle this growth and prepare for the future. Success and abundance. New opportunities that build on the success up to now. A dynamically changing situation. Solutions: give something to the earth. Grow and tend to a garden. Go back to school. Take time to look at the big picture. I'm just going to show this card one more time, that's all. Y'all remember the little cart that be on the beach selling stuff, or the little ice cream people that be coming past you when you're walking at the park? That's what that reminds me of. Or the hot dog stand. I don't think I've ever been to a hot dog stand. But ice cream I've done, nor have I visited one on the beach. You know what? I didn't see one at the beach when I went in Miami. Not at all. They had lots of places to eat from, though. So I've never seen one. Y'all see it in the movies. I see it on the movie shows and stuff like that. Tin of disc. Look at the cute little chunky baby. Yay. Tin of disc. With this card, we have reached as high as we can. Materially speaking, we have all the things that we need. From this position, we must pay a lot of attention to maintaining our good fortune, which could be quickly lost through inattention. In the traditional prayers my elders taught me, we always open with 3 requests. May I have the blessings of money, children, and a long life. While we certainly need money in order to live, it is through the continuality of our families and communities that our legacy will live. While money represents the power to exchange one thing for another, children represent an open-ended expansion of possibility going into the future. The Ten of Disc represents the juncture of these 2 ideas, the point where expansion becomes more important than the acquisition. Oshun was lamenting in the forest the loss of her twins, whom she was unable to care for, as well as her inability to conceive. The Iroko tree, IROKO, overheard and promised her a child in exchange for coming to keep it company. She agreed and soon gave birth to Ideu. This child brought her great peace and happiness after her trials. Unfortunately, she forgot her promise as time passed. Ideu one day found himself in front of Aruku, who took him into its magical realm. Oshun looked fanatically for her child until finally wandering deep into the woods. There, Aruku returned Ideu after reminding Oshun of her vow. Symbolism. All planted into the ground to represent the future possibility. Okay. Ideu as the blessings of new possibilities after loss. 9 children as the multiplicity of possibilities. Green for the fertile earth. A gold block is a symbol of worth balanced with living. Divining. This person has or will accomplish a lot, yet there is no end point at which they can simply sit and rest on their laurels. If we do not maintain things, everything will dissipate. And trophy always wins if nothing is done to counter its gravity. Money likes to move, bodies need attention, and houses need upkeep. Great rewards after work, being grateful for what you have, honor your agreements, or everything could be lost. Everything is within reach, but not yet in your hand. Solutions. Respect children, give something to the earth, plant seeds. Aww. There's lots more in this book. Highly recommend it that you buy it. It talks about Orisha spreads. It's got its gratitude in the beginning. It talks about the Orisha spreads and it goes into detail. So I do suggest, of course, buying the book. 5-star. 5 out of 5 across the board. Again, I do have journals, Cliff Notes, and books available at Amazon.com. If you have not yet, I do have other readings I plan on doing in the future because I got a lot more stuff to read. Hit that subscribe. Plus, I do the music and the poetry and things of that nature. Please hit the subscribe and the like button if this benefited you at all. And I thank you for rocking it out with me and getting to learn and become familiar with your new profession going forward, and learning and studying your practices for the Orisha and 7 African powers. Okay? All right. Oh, and the name of the book is The 7 African Power Practices for Beginning Practitioners is what I've got on Amazon. But love tubers, thank you. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for learning. See you soon. Take care. Mwah.